I'm just 12 years old, but I love Formula One. I want to see if you, the grown-ups, know all the cool facts about F1 that I do. Think you're smarter than a 12-year-old? Take this quiz to find out. Are you ready? Let's start the challenge. Question 1. Who holds the record for the most Formula One World Championships in the last 20 years? Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Räikkönen. Think carefully. Got it? The answer is Lewis Hamilton. With 7 championships, Hamilton tied Michael Schumacher's record in 2020. Question 2. Mercedes won the World Constructors' Championship 8 times in a row between 2014 and 2021. But then, which team broke their dominance in 2022? Is it McLaren, Red Bull Racing, Ferrari, or Renault? The answer is Red Bull Racing, led by Max Verstappen's incredible performances all season long. Question 3. 2020 was a severely curtailed season due to COVID restrictions around the world. However, this provided an opportunity to bring back some classic circuits in and around Europe. Can you tell me, which of the following were part of that list? Imola, Istanbul Park, Mugello, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. All these classic circuits returned to spice up the season that was mainly held in the European region. By the way, do you remember those crazy days? It was the worst time of my life, with schools closed and not able to meet my friends. But that is when I actually fell in love with Formula One. So I guess it was not a completely lost cause after all. Anyways, enough with my story. Now let's continue the quiz, shall we? Question 4. Okay, I guess this is the most controversial topic to ever happen in Formula One. Or at least ever since I have been watching. Can you tell me, who overtook Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to win the World Drivers' Championship? Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, or Sebastian Vettel? It was Max Verstappen. I guess you knew this one for sure, didn't you? After all, as I said, this race was one of the most controversial and talked about moments in recent F1 history. But this race and the season was also one of the best ever in my opinion. Do you agree? Please let me know in the comments. Question 5. But now a fun fact. The 2021 season was not the most closely fought season by far if you go by sheer statistics. In 2007, the World Drivers' Championship was decided by just 1 point. Can you tell who was the winner? Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Kimi Räikkönen, Nico Rosberg. It was Kimi Räikkönen. He pulled off a dramatic championship win with Ferrari in the final race of the season with 110 points. In fact, rookie Lewis Hamilton in second and 2-time champion Fernando Alonso in third were both just 1 point short with 109 points each. Can you imagine that? By the way, did you watch that season? Again, please let me know in the comments. How are you doing so far? 5 out of 5? Or you missed a few? Let's keep going. More iconic moments ahead. I am sure you will pick up speed on the straights. Question 6. Okay, this is that straight one. In 2016, Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes teammate beat him to win his first and only world championship. Then he retired immediately after. Who is this driver? Nico Rosberg, Mark Webber, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo.
It was.
Nico Rosberg, who shocked the world by retiring just days after winning the title. Talk about leaving at the top. Question 7. You know, I love Pierre Gasly's story. He is a highly underrated driver in my opinion. When I started watching F1, he was initially driving for Red Bull, but then was sadly kicked out from that team. After that, he joined another team and dramatically helped them win their and his first race in F1. Hint, it was at their home base in the 2020 Italian Grand Prix.
Can you name that team?
AlphaTauri, Ferrari,
Haas,
Alfa Romeo. The answer is AlphaTauri. While technically this was AlphaTauri's first win, we shouldn't forget Sebastian Vettel's victory with the same team in 2008, when it ran under the Toro Rosso name. And if you were wondering where did AlphaTauri go, these days they are called VCarb. That team seems to have a permanent vice president of team name. Question 8. In every race, typically there are the hard, medium, and soft tires. Which color represents hard tires?
red,
Yellow,
green, white.
The answer is
White.
red is used for softs and yellow for mediums. During rainy conditions, you will also find green inters and blue wet tires. Question 9. Okay, here is another straightforward classic. Which driver won 4 consecutive world championships between 2010 and 2013? Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel. The answer is Sebastian Vettel, driving for Red Bull Racing. He was untouchable during those dominant 4 years before Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes turned the tide. By the way, if you don't know this, you should check our F1 for Dummies video to get up to speed on F1. How did you fare so far? Still with me? Or fell way behind? Let's get to the final question, shall we? Final question. Have you noticed that sometimes drivers trying to win or chase the winner shout blue flag, when they get annoyed? What does this blue flag mean in Formula One? The race needs to be stopped. Move aside for faster car. Penalty for the driver. Safety car, slow down. The answer is move aside for faster car. Blue flags tell slower cars to let the leaders pass without blocking them. If the slower car sometimes takes a bit longer to move aside, it's not uncommon for the faster drivers to show their annoyance for losing vital seconds. Okay, here's a bonus question. Who will win the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship this year? Write down your answers in the comment section. So how did you perform? If you scored between 0 and 3, then you are an F1 dummy. I highly recommend you seeing our F1 for Dummies video. If you scored between 4 and 6, you are an F1 regular. If you scored between 7 and 9, you are an F1 pro. If you scored 10 out of 10, then you are an F1 legend. That's it for today's Formula One quiz. It was a lot of fun creating this quiz, so I hope you enjoyed the challenge. How many did you get right? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more F1 content from me and my dad. And please, also follow us on X if you are there. We post great content and votes during, before, and after the races. Until next time, keep the racing spirit alive.